blessed day, my viewers, and a very blessed day to all my subscribers. And if it's your first time and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so now and enter the courtroom. Welcome, my people, to our next edition of In the Courtroom. And today in the courtroom, we have found Richie Stevens not guilty of RAPE. Inside the courtroom, we have an issue to address with Tanya Stevens. So before we go to the not guilty verdict, because I want to break down the whole thing to you and explain to you how we arrive at such a verdict. So let us firstly address Tanya Stevens. So Tanya Stevens make a video saying the girl called name and people bash her, and she didn't call any name and people still bash her, and XYZ, and people two-face, and people defend this and RAPIST if you get bullets and all sorts of things. We can't show the video them because I don't know YouTube them gonna get strict and strict every second, you know what I mean? So we just, I know you're seeing it, but we can't get the full entity. Alright? So work with us. Tanya Stevens, your claim is that a prominent member of the dancehall community violate you. You understand? Your claim is that a prominent member of the dancehall community violate you. You understand? Violate you in the worst way. Alright? RAPE. But the problem is, Tanya Stevens, is we know a who. Remember we said that before. I know it's who. My colleagues them know it's who. You know what I mean? We know who. We know who he is. We could just tell the public who he is. We could do that. I could do that right now. I could tell the public who he is. And I know I'm right. I know who he is. But I ain't gonna do that. It's not my calling. You understand? I know at first we said we was gonna go and get the culprit. We did say that, but after taking certain things into consideration, you know what I mean, and advice from even the police, it's not the wisest thing to do. You understood? And the reasons being, you have named the culprit. So people can get up after we say anybody should bring jungle justice to that person. Then anybody could come and say he's an innocent person because the culprit that wasn't being named and all of that. So Tanya, that is the reason why I said in the video yesterday that we don't want to hear nothing more about your thing. We do not want to hear anything more about it. And you is the reason why we don't want to hear anything more about it, Tanya. Because you make up your mind that you want to keep this person in the dark. I don't understand. We don't get it. But it's your calling. It's your alleged RAPE. And if you chose to let the culprit remain nameless, and so be it. It is of no concern to us anymore. You understood? We have an idea who he is. But unless you come forward and say, listen, it's that person, then there's nothing else nobody can do. And I know the entire world agrees with what I'm saying. The entire world agrees with what I'm saying, because if I have a daughter, and a daughter came home and said, Daddy, I've been raped, my first question was going to be, who raped you? And if she can't tell me who raped her, worse if she claims that she know who raped her. Daddy is a prominent man in the music business. He's a big superstar in the music business, Daddy. Yeah, okay. But what's the person's name? Can't tell us. You can't tell me that. I'm sorry. But if you even go to the police gonna want to know what's the name of the person. They can't just go pick up anybody. So until you name the person, the case closed, Tanya. And that's our verdict. Case closed. We're moving on. We don't worry about it again. Case closed. Understand? Because it's not one person in a dance hall. What are we supposed to do? Go pick up Bounty Killer and charge him? Go pick up Beanie Man and charge him? Go pick up Lieutenant Sichi and charge him? Go pick up Papa San and charge him? What are we supposed to do? Go pick up King Jammies and charge him? Or Gussie Clark? What are we supposed to do? Go beat up Mr. Vegas? Tell us. What are we supposed to do? So, case closed. Because we can't go beat up any individual and then you find out that wasn't the person. Even if it was, they could say that is an innocent person get beat up or a person get arrested or a person get charged. Make no sense. Tell us. If you can't tell us, case closed. We're moving on. Alright? Moving on. So yes, now people, the big one. We have tried the case and we have found Richie Stevens to be not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. And I'm going to tell you why we arrive. According to the complainant now, based upon things that she said, when we scan the whole thing, do the maths, check the whole thing, it seems as if she was on an ulterior motive and it never worked. And then she's crying wolf. She went hunting, caught nothing, so she crying wolf. You understood? Yes. So, I'm going to play some of the things that she said. People, we'll break it down. Alright? Here we go. That was the first time I met him. And then we didn't really keep in contact much until, again, the next time of meeting was in Jamaica, where I was also following along with my friend Major One. Hold up. That was the first time I met him. And then we didn't really keep in contact much until, again, the next time. Hold up. Singapore. To then being with him in Australia. Hold on, people. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get it right.
Okay. I mean, it's always very
Let's get it right.
traumatizing when you actually have to recap
Listen.
it. But I do understand that people need to hear and listen to what exactly happened. So I'm sure you've heard the Singapore part, whereby, when he first met me, he stuck his tongue down my throat, during which my partner saw, and he had to be held back.
Okay, so you hear that? She said the very first minute. Listen this, people. The very first minute this man laid eyes on you and you laid eyes on this man stuck his tongue down your throat. Listen.
Okay. I mean, it's always very traumatizing when you actually have to recap it, but I do understand that people need to hear and listen to what exactly happened. So I'm sure you've heard the Singapore part, whereby, when he first met me, he stuck his tongue down my throat, during which my partner saw, and he had to be held back.
So according to she, listen this, you don't need to go to no university to study the universe. Listen this, the very first minute, Richie has got to be very crazy. The very first day you met somebody, that person stuck his tongue down your throat. And you didn't find that alarming to stay away from this person. The very first day. The very first day. Yeah? I had a friend one time who I introduced her to another friend, a girl. And the very first day, it was a carnival. We were at a carnival and we run into, we were, parring. And I ran into this old friend of mine. And I introduced her to the girl I was parring with at the time. And to my surprise, she kissed the girl. Yeah? And we were heading to we were supposed to go to a rehearsal the following day. The girl who kissed the girl that I was parring with, she's a singer. And we were on a show that was coming up, and she was gonna be at the rehearsal too. So the girl who got kissed, when I said to her, the following day, say, we're going to rehearsal, are you coming? And she was like, who's gonna be there? So I said, okay, that person's gonna be there. She said, I ain't going. I don't wanna go. I don't wanna be nowhere I don't wanna be in the same space as that person. Yeah? So how is it somebody met you for the first time, stuck their tongue down your throat, and then you didn't find alarming, even though you say to held back your boyfriend, not to attack him, but you follow up on it as in to be in other places with him. So listen to these people.
Singapore, to then being with him in Australia. I was not involved in any of the accommodation planning, but we were housed together, me, Asia, and
Richie.
We had separate rooms, but a common.
So you hear that? So after that happened, and he stuck his tongue down her throat, Further on in the news, they end up on a show from Singapore to Australia. Yeah. Remember, you know, this is the second time she said him kiss her, you know. Say they were left alone in somewhere, and according to she was asleep and he tried to kiss her, and that still didn't trouble her. She always felt comfortable to be around him in spite of all those happenings. You understand? So listen.
A living space. And before everybody addressed, why am I so naive to be in the same space with him? Well, the extent that I thought he would go to was he would try to flirt with me, that he would try to kiss me, because these are all things that he has done. But also, every single time, but during that point of time, I said no. He respected that. So and then thought in my head, okay, when I say no, I'm going to be respected. I'm going to be safe.
Really?
I end up calling him an uncle because he ends up calling me his niece. And I was like, okay. I should feel that, we're like family. My friend was like his sister. And this would feel that he would protect me. He won't hurt me. Maybe he'll try something funny, try to flirt. But beyond that, nothing else. So that was the line that we all thought was the threshold. So throughout this whole part of Australia's tour, I was never left alone until the 12th of November 2019. But I wish, because my friend wanted to go to the studio, do her thing, record her stuff. I stayed behind.
Why?
To edit a music video.
What?
And I was way.
See what I'm saying, my people? Now my viewers and subscribers, tell me, this man, the very first time you met this man, according to you, stuck his tongue down your throat. Another time, let alone he tried to kiss you while you were sleeping. And at this particular time in November 12, 2019, everybody was going out and you stayed behind while he was there. Said you have to edit music video. You were onto something, girlfriend. You were onto something. It's a deal. I think it's a deal. It's a deal that never come true. A deal never come true. And you want to make something of it. Let's listen.
Wait, fine. Alright? As I was editing my music video, this whole thing happened in the living room. So, it was a white living room, almost like a 2-room space. I was sitting on the dining table area, which was side here. The other side was the sofa, where he was sitting. And then I was like, oh, that's sad. I hope everything's okay. That was me thinking. But I didn't say anything. I just continued working until he asked for a hug.
He asked for a hug.
So, okay.
He asked for a hug and you said okay. A man who stuck his tongue down your throat the very first day you met him, and then tried to kiss you on another occasion while you were sleeping, according to you, asked you for a hug and you said okay. Listen, people.
I accept it. I can give you that. So I went there, gave him a hug.
You gave him a hug.
I apologize for the extra noise around. So what?
That's fine. We can hear you.
Because I felt pity for him. I felt sympathy for him. That he was worried for his mom. And because he's worried for his mom, and he's upset with his mom, I feel that, okay, a hug should be safe. You know? A hug should be safe. Nothing else should come from it. You needed some consolation. That's it. You needed something, just to calm yourself down. Okay.
Yeah, you gave it to him.
I trusted that he had a boundary.
You trust him that he would have delivered what he promised. You trust him that he would have delivered whatever he promised you, but that delivery didn't come, so you jumped to plan B.
I trusted that I would be safe when I gave him that hug. But what I didn't expect after that was how he manipulated.
People, this girl claims when she hug him asks her to lie on him because it was awkward for her to hug him sitting up. So she says. So she lie on top of him. And then he said to her, let him lie on you because she's too heavy. We can't play the whole entire thing, people, because it's very long. You know what I mean? All my subscribers, if you want me to send the voice note to you, I can do that. You understand? So all along, she knew what she was getting into. And she played along. Something never come that was promised to her. She not telling the whole truth. Richie not telling the whole truth. But she knew what she was doing. There was consent. And then the end of the bargain wasn't being met. And that's why she's done. Because we don't defend RAPIST. We do not do that. But at the same time, we have to use intelligence to see if a girl is lying or if a guy is guilty. You understood? And in this case, she's lying. That is why the police in Australia closed the case, because they found out she was lying. You understand? So, we don't want nobody spoil Richie's reputation. Case closed. Girl is lying. Richie's not guilty. That's the verdict, people. Like this video. Hit the like button. Hit it so hard like it hit you and hitting it back. Share the video, people. Share the video. And please subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe. And enter the courtroom. Okay? Thank you for watching.